The Morgan Plus Six is Morgan's high-capacity flagship product and has been since 2019. It follows a long lineage of high-capacity, traditionally shaped Morgans, ever since the first was introduced with the Plus 8 in 1968. This particular configuration that marks the end of Plus 6 we have called the Pinnacle. Not only because we hope that this presentation of this car is the pinnacle, the very best of what a Plus 6 can be, but also it is named after one of the local Malvern Hills, the Pinnacle Peak. The car is a slightly wider bodied version of the classic silhouette. And now we're coming to the end of production of the Plus 6, and we really wanted to celebrate all that the Plus 6 represents. Not only has this been our flagship since 2019, this car will also be the last time we fit a big capacity powertrain within that very traditional two-line wing silhouette. This inline six powertrain within that small, compact, classic shape makes for an amazing proposition. This is a very high performance car. However, the Plus 6 isn't just about out and out power. It's also got an amazing presence, an amazing elegance to the car. When you arrive in a Plus 6 after a long, effortless journey, it always makes a statement. And we wanted to do that justice with this final celebration of the Plus 6. The car you've seen behind me is the first Pinnacle Plus 6 that we have assembled. It features a fawn interior, but we are also offering three totally different Pinnacle packs. One is called Riviera, and it features a very soft blue colour. One is called Explore, and it features a rich dark colour. And the car behind me is called Fawn, which is a light camel tan. We've selected these colours and the associated carpets, stitch patterns and accents around each interior pack to be very neutral, and we believe that one of the three will work with any plethora of colour. However, this car really does represent the start of the end of Morgan's flagship product. Typically, Morgan make every car with a handmade aluminium body on top of an ash wood frame. Recently, we've been exploring new woods to try and celebrate the natural properties of timber inside the car a little bit more visually. And for the first time on a Plus 6 or any Morgan model outside of specials, we've used teak wood for the underpinning of the dash rail and for the centre column. This is then signed with the signature Pinnacle logo. It has the look of a finely cut gemstone, also a little bit of a nod to the rocky faces of the Malvern Hills. Taking inspiration from the structure of the logo, we've introduced a new stitch pattern on the seats as well. Whilst it looks very pure and simplistic in its nature, it involves stitches to be hand tied off equally because there's no continuous stitch run. The stitch lines run up the seats and then spread almost as if to present like a plinth the Pinnacle logo, which is finely embroidered on the top of the seat backs. And this is a good example of how we're able to work with the craftsmen on the shop floor, and actually their input into the technique and the process influences what we end up with on the visual. And that's a really fantastic way of working and something we want to talk a lot about with this project. This particular paint colour is called Iolite, which is a deep purple gemstone. Also a bit of a continuation of that theme of something very precious and very special. This cleverly ties back to the way we first presented Plus 6 in 2019, where we had two launch editions named Moonstone and Emerald. A lot of the changes that we've adopted for the Pinnacle cars exist within the interior of the vehicle. Every seat and every piece of upholstery is completely hand sewn and hand assembled. This particular car behind me features a soft fawn coloured interior leather. With that, we've perfectly paired a very deep sheepskin carpet, which is very thick and opulent. At first, it definitely raised a few eyebrows. We in fact had a few designers and engineers sat in the design office with their shoes off, just feeling the sensation of this carpet and trying to wonder if it had a place within Morgan. And actually, we all stood around the car last week, and when the carpets were finally in situ, everything just clicked together and looked really good. The colour complements the leather, but at the same time, the contrast between that thick, natural sheepskin and the smooth, soft-grain leather with the precise, intricate stitching creates for a totally new aesthetic inside a Morgan. And it encourages some of that relaxing comfort that we wanted to kind of communicate with the inside of this car. I don't think you can say Morgan is a luxury car in the common sense, but purchasing a Morgan and tailoring it to you, the experience is a luxury one. And we certainly wanted those undertones of premium finishes and materials to be quite powerful within the interior. The Pinnacle car features a raft of the latest quality updates that we've been exploring for Plus vehicles. Included within those are the mirrors. Both the exterior mirrors and the interior mirrors have been overhauled. They're much larger, they function much better in terms of offering rearward visibility, and all the little rubber bushes and grub screws have been reduced for a very clean, simple, tapered aesthetic. In addition to that, this car you'll see will feature a brand new steering wheel. This is a steering wheel that Morgan have been developing. It was previewed first on the Midsummer car, and it features a much more classic lightweight aesthetic with thin spokes that are created with an aluminium casting. This is not an injection molded part, this is not a painted fascia plate, this is a solid aluminium casting. The texture of the casting has just been tinted to give the final effect. When you touch this, it feels cold to the touch, and you get the sense that this has come from an industrial process. Towards the rear of the car, you'll see some other little accents. It's quite common that we have requests for very traditional style filler caps. And on this particular car, we've delivered a highly polished, beautifully machined filler cap with a nice engaging analog experience to open the car. Ultimately, a Morgan is designed to make you smile, to enjoy the experience and to create memories, not just for us at the factory working together, but whilst we share that journey with our customers too. Driving a Plus Six is the most exciting, adrenaline-filled experience you can have in a Morgan sports car, and we really hope to do that justice with an incredibly exciting specification. We believe this car really does represent the pinnacle of the big capacity flagship Morgan.